as you're using these credit cards, you're accumulating points, airline points, right? For instance, with the Delta AMX SkyMiles credit card, I'm accumulating SkyMiles every single time I swipe this card. So use your credit cards on things that you're already going to spend money on, right? Every time you swipe, it's going towards like your airline points or your airline miles, right? Credit card. So I'm using this card every single time I spend money on things I was already going to buy. So this is a video about how to travel for free, all about it. If you like to travel like I do, catch a flight every other week. Hello. How you're going to travel, what you're going to use to travel, all that good stuff, and keep it locked right here. How we travel for free, what we're doing, we're using airline credit cards. So Delta Airlines, American Airlines, those are the two credit cards I have. I have two different AMX Delta SkyMiles credit cards. So I have the blue Delta SkyMiles AMX credit card, and then I have the gold AMX SkyMiles credit card. The gold AMX credit card for the SkyMiles, it's an annual fee, but I would say it is worth it. I have that card on the business side. It's not in my personal name, but it's in my LLC name. So those are the cards I use to travel. So Amex has the Delta SkyMiles credit cards. American Airlines, they have partnered up with Citibank. So I have their credit card. Most of my credit cards are on the business side under my LLC, so none of this stuff is reporting to my personal credit. What we're gonna do, we're gonna apply for an Amex Delta SkyMiles credit card. So Amex has a few different options for you, right? They have a few different options for you to choose. You can choose the blue Delta Amex credit card. You can choose the gold Amex SkyMiles credit card. They also have a purple one. Like, they have a few different options out there for you to choose, even a silver one, right? So you can get one of those cards. I personally have the gold one and the blue one, SkyMiles cards on the for the Delta Amex card. So I use those cards. Also, American Airlines. American Airlines has partnered up with Citibank. They made a partnership together, so I have their credit card. What I do with that credit card, I'm using all of those credit cards. Those are the main credit cards that I use, right? So I'm putting things on these credit cards that I was already going to buy. So for instance, like groceries, my rent, right? These are things I was already going to buy. I'm just putting these things on a credit card and just swiping away, right? Swiping away. I'm not paying any additional money. I'm swiping away using these credit cards. What I do is I pay down my balance or pay it off at the end of the month. If I do leave a balance, it's a very little balance, right? Very small balance. So you're paying these credit cards off, use them, pay them off, use them, pay it off, right? As you're using these credit cards, you're accumulating points, airline points, right? For instance, with the Delta Amex SkyMiles credit card, I'm accumulating SkyMiles every single time I swipe this card. So say for instance, this was like 2 months ago, I got a free trip to Atlanta on Delta. I currently live in Virginia Beach, so I go down to Atlanta every few months. I have family, a lot of my family is down there. I go to different events down there, and I go down there and I kick it, right? So I got a free trip to Atlanta, fun time. I enjoyed myself, you know what I mean? Hey. So I did that. I basically did that. How I did that was with the Amex Gold SkyMiles credit card. So I'm using this card every single time I spend money on things I was already going to buy. So I'm accumulating like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of points, paying the balance off at the end of the month, right? I did the same thing with my American Airlines Citibank credit card. Swipe it, swipe it, swipe it, paying money on things that I was already going to spend money on anyways, right? Paying off the balance at the end of the month. So give it about like a few months, like you can get a free flight. It depends on how much you're using the card. So the flights that I typically go on, they start off at least like 30,000 SkyMile points, right? So build it up, build it up, build it up, use the card. You get to a certain point status, they'll give you a free flight. For me, it's maybe about like every 4 to 5 months I'll get a free flight, just because like I'm using these cards like to pay rent or like buy groceries. So That's how often I get a free flight, just by using these credit cards. And again, like, use your credit cards on things that you're already going to spend money on, right? Every time you swipe, it's going towards like your airline points or your airline miles, right? This is also another really good perk. When you use your airline credit card to pay for anything associated with that airline, it like doubles or triples the points, the miles that you would normally get, depending on which credit card you have, whether it's the gold or blue. When you're using that credit card to pay for something with Delta, the points literally skyrocket, like, through this